Hi, I'm John Paluszek. I'm Senior Counsel at Ketchum. I've been involved with Public Relations Society of America for many years, as president, as a matter of fact, in 1989, and I'm now the chair of the Global Alliance for Public Relations and Communications Management, which is PRSA in effect, in 65 countries. It really has a dual mission. And that mission is, first of all, to raise standards of public relations, education, and practice around the world. In that respect, we have an ethical code, and so each of our 65 member associations, in order to be members, have to subscribe to that ethical code. It's very much like the PRSA ethical code as well. That's one thing. Raising standards also means providing information that will help these organizations to run their organizations better, but most of all, to serve their membership better. So we provide webinars, we provide literature, we provide a set of studies on how public relations is being managed and implemented in countries around the world, so that if you're in one country and you want to know how you might expand to another country, we can provide information on that. A variety of services to raise standards. The second part, and they're connected, is to advocate for the public relations profession, to make sure that an increasing number of CEOs and top management people appreciate the fact that public relations is a very important aspect of organizational success, of reaching their objectives through two-way communications, through standard and new media, but most importantly to link their strategic objectives with the kind of communications counsel that public relations people can deliver. Every generation has challenges, and let's not sugarcoat it. The economic situation these days are particularly troublesome for young people who are coming into the field. And number one, I think you have to psych yourself. If you really love this field, it may be difficult to break into it. So there's a patience and persistence part of it, and there's also preparation. And I would assume that most young people, especially through PRSSA chapters and schools, are being prepared adequately for it. However, there are obviously new frontiers, social media clearly, and young people today are much more comfortable and knowledgeable about social media than people of my generation, etc. So that's one aspect of it. The other aspect of it is indeed the international, the international practice, and that's where the Global Alliance comes in. Many people at a certain level of public relations practice say, well, I need to concentrate on crisis management, issues management, social media, and that's true. Those are all tactics. But our world is increasingly interconnected, and so people have to understand what is going on in other parts of the world that really will affect their organization. So I would suggest that young people concentrate also on being news junkies in terms of what is happening around the world, in politics, economics, social development, and so forth, so that they're knowledgeable. A second language would certainly help in that respect. So these are all things, and they may seem formidable, but believe me, earlier generations have faced similar challenges and have met them and have prospered in this field. Well, it's amazing that the public relations industry or profession has come through this economic climate so well. Yes, there have been some cutbacks, but not nearly as much as, say, in the advertising field and so forth. So that says something about the endurance and the acceptability, the credibility, and the outright performance. I would say that in 5 years, what we're going to see is not just more of that, but a greater appreciation that public relations belongs at the management table, or maybe near the head of the table, because indeed we can anticipate the various trends that are emerging and address them for our clients and so forth. So I think the industry is going to be well suited for success 5 years from now, and I would emphasize once again that this is taking place around the world. As I travel the world, I find some wonderful examples of how the industry is developing sophisticated measures and fitting into society. So I think 5 years from now we're going to be stronger, we're going to be much more entrenched around the world, and it's going to be a great career path.